Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Mahur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Saumyaji Government College, Manfia, Chittagong. Today my topic is Productivity and Biotic Communities of Freshwater Habitat. In previous lecture, I explained freshwater environment where I discussed physiochemical characteristics of freshwater environment. So now today I am going to explain what is the productivity of lake and what are the biotic communities of freshwater habitat. So first, productivity of lake. Productivity of lake refers to the amount of nutrients available in lake and the primary production or plant and algal growth they support. And on the basis of trophic level, lakes can be classified into oligotrophic, mesotrophic, and eutrophic lake. Uh, Productivity of lake is mainly regulated by following factors. These are natural productivity of lake water, then availability of natural food to fishes, then availability of stocking material, then capacity to catch on commercial basis, and the last one and very important, degree of water pollution. This can be also called as factors which affect productivity of lake. So, as I explained earlier, that on the basis of trophic level, we can classify lakes into oligotrophic, mesotrophic, and eutrophic lake. So, first, oligotrophic lake. Oligotrophic lake means oligo means very little. Therefore, oligotrophic means very little nutrients. Oligotrophic lakes are usually found where there is a low productivity and with a small surface area as compared to the depth. In this, littoral and sublittoral zone are narrow, but profundal zone is extensive. In it, density of planktons, both phytoplankton and zooplankton, very low, and planktonic blooms like algal blooms are very rare. Means if it is an oligotrophic lake, there is a no chance of algal bloom there, and because of this, there is a very little decomposition rate. In oligotrophic lakes, oxygen is plentiful, and in hypolimnion, oxygen concentration is very high. In oligotrophic lake, nutrients are very low. Phosphorus, nitrogen, calcium, and many minerals are very low. And because of this shortage of nutrients, there is a very low photosynthesis. In these lakes, organic materials are also low. And you can see there is a clear blue water and very deep, very less sediments. This is a example of oligotrophic lake, means lake with a very clear blue water. In oligotrophic lakes, like cold, high oxygen water, uh, we can see lake trout and white fishes. And in oligotrophic lake, oxygen is found at a high level throughout the water column. Cold water can hold more dissolved oxygen than warm water. And the deeper region of oligotrophic lake always stay very cold. Uh, as I told you, a very low algal concentration, so it allows deeper light penetration and less decomposition. So when algae, zooplankton, and fish die, they sink to the bottom and are decomposed by microbes and invertebrates. And In decomposition, oxygen is used up. Oligotrophic lakes are very less fertile, like because they have very less algae and other organisms. So it is all about oligotrophic lake. Now mesotrophic lake. Before explaining mesotrophic lake, I would like to explain eutrophic lake, which is just opposite to the oligotrophic lake. Eu means true. So eutrophic means true nutrients or truly nutrient rich lakes. They are very nutrient rich lakes and they have a small surface as compared to the depth. Means they are shallow. They are not so deep. In eutrophic lakes, littoral and sublittoral zone are abundant and sides are sloping and bottom is sandy. In eutrophic lakes, there is a high level of biological activity. It is due to the light penetration and availability of oxygen. In it, detritus is high on bottom and supports high photosynthetic rate. Because of high decomposition rate, we can see that there is a less oxygen contained and hypolimnion is just devoid of oxygen. There is a no oxygen in hypolimnion. In eutrophic lakes, density of planktons, both phytoplankton and zooplankton is very high. In them, planktonic blooms are very common. That is, we can see algal blooms over the surface of the water. Organic materials are high, and the water is shallow or murky. Here I can take example of Udaysagar Lake, which is present in the Udaipur in Rajasthan, and Dal Lake in Kashmir. They are both the examples of eutrophic lake. So here you can see very less deep water means very shallow water. Otherwise there is a sediments and littoral sublittoral zone is abundant. Eutrophic lakes are very fertile from all the nutrients carried into the lake from the surrounding landscape. And these nutrients, mainly phosphorus and nitrogen, they support high density of algae and fish and other aquatic organisms. Because eutrophic lakes have so much biomass, there is a lot of decomposition occurring at the bottom, and this decomposition used up oxygen, which causes the bottom of lake to become anoxic in the summer, means there is a no oxygen. In a very shallow lakes, the whole lake can become anoxic, means without oxygen, and it may cause a fish kill, and fishes and invertebrates and other organisms need oxygen. So if there is a no oxygen, they will die. So it's all about eutrophic lakes. Now mesotrophic lake. So they fall somewhere in between eutrophic and oligotrophic lakes. Meso means middle or mid. Therefore, mesotrophic means a medium amount of nutrients, that is in phosphorus and nitrogen. They are considered to have a average productivity or intermediate level of productivity, and they are less than eutrophic, but nutrients are more than oligotrophic lake. So nutrient level is medium in mesotrophic lake. They have a very clear water but with submerged aquatic vegetation. They behave differently than oligotrophic lake in that they stratify, means they separate into layers in summer. The top layer of water become warm from the sun, which contains algae, and byproducts of photosynthesis is oxygen. So oxygen concentration remain medium at the surface of lake, or we can say high on the surface of lake. But the bottom layer remains cooler and thick, and it can become anoxic and met some. So this change occurs because as all the algae and other organisms die and are decomposed at the bottom of the lake, and they used all the oxygen. So they are between eutrophic and oligotrophic lakes. So here I have explained trophic state index. So oligotrophic with low nutrients, decreased algal growth, increased water clarity. But when we goes toward eutrophic, there is a high nutrients, increased algal growth and decreased water clarity. Oligotrophic is very deep and nutrient poor system, but mesotrophic stage is nutrient enrichment with nutrient enrich. Now, eutrophic stage where nutrients are saturated and lake is shallow, and there may be human population pollution. So, in eutrophic lake there is a no pollution, but mesotrophic there is human pollution, but not to be very high. But in eutrophic stage we can see high human pollution. Now biotic communities. So first of all I'll discuss biotic communities of Atlantic habitat. A biota is greatly influenced by nutrient status of water consumed. As you know, there are three major zones of lake, which are littoral zone, limnatic zone, and profundal zone. In littoral zone, producers are of two main types, that is rooted or benthic plants and phytoplankton or floating green plants, which are mostly algae. Zooplankton are large, weak swimming species of Daphnia, Cymocephalus, some species of copepods, many families of ostracods, and some rotifers. In littoral zone, nectons are fishes, frogs, turtles, and water snakes. Uh, and there is also sprawling odonta, nymphs, crayfish, isopods, and certain mayfly nymphs, which are primary or secondary consumers. There you can also see burrowing organisms like clams, true worms, and snails. In limnatic zone, there is plankton, necton, and sometimes neustone. Neustone are those organisms which rest or swim on the surface. Now, in profundal zone, uh, there are zooplankton which feed on detritus and sinking phytoplankton. And fishes are present in all the zones, that is littoral, limnatic, and profundal zone. Now, biotic communities of lotic habitat. Um, Plankton exhibits a characteristic similar to Atlantic ecosystem. So planktons are the same as that of Atlantic ecosystem. The fishes are highly adapted to resist water currents because in lotic system there are water currents. So fishes should be highly adapted to resist water currents. In lotic habitat, dissolved oxygen is high throughout the water column due to the water turbulence. Uh, because as water is moving, so there is a chances of more oxygen above the surface of the water. So there is uh, a the very great contact between the water and atmosphere. So dissolved oxygen is a much throughout the water column. The fishes are distributed from surface to bottom substrate and often among the rocks. So in river we can see there are many fishes and from surface to bottom. Actually it is very shallow. Fishes are shallow. So it is obvious light penetration is good, and dissolved oxygen is much high. So there are more fishes surviving in this habitat. So it's about lotic habitat. So we discussed productivity of lake, then what are the factors, or the what are the factors which affect productivity of lake. Then I discussed oligotrophic lake, eutrophic lake, mesotrophic lake, then trophic state index, then difference between them according to the pollution as well, then biotic communities of lantic habitat and biotic communities of lotic habitat. Thank you.